Bridge closed for repairs. U.S. General visits Guyana. And local oil labor force grows. I'm Enrico Beaufort, and this is Uncut News. To see news happening, send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-6151. Workers have begun replacing Span 9 on the Demerara Harbor Bridge, with the bridge closed to traffic until midnight on Thursday. The replacement process is progressing ahead of schedule, with the old span removed and the new span being currently fitted. Water taxis are operating around the clock to allow movement between the east and west banks of the Demerara River. The general manager of the Demerara Harbor Bridge stated that, although works are ahead of schedule, the bridge company will still stick to the 3-day closure schedule to ensure all repair and installation works are properly completed. The CARICOM private sector organization has praised the Guyanese government's decision to lower financing costs for local poultry farmers, stating that the regional industry has the potential to displace extra-regional imports of US $149 million per year. The initiative addresses concerns from farmers and processors, including the cost of finance and feed, and measures to increase rice, corn, and soy production as key inputs to poultry feed were among the initiatives announced by the president. Guyana has seen a rise in dengue fever cases, with 4 deaths currently being investigated, and currently 300 active cases. Dengue is transmitted by infected mosquitoes and is a viral infection. Other nations in the region are also experiencing an increase in cases. The health ministry in Guyana is monitoring the situation and has established testing laboratories. Precautionary measures are being taken, including keeping the environment clean and fogging. The WHO has recorded close to 3 million suspected and confirmed cases of dengue throughout the Americas for 2023, with Brazil, Peru, and Bolivia having the highest number of cases and 1,302 deaths being reported in the region. The New Amsterdam prison is in terrible shape. That is why the Ministry of Home Affairs plans to reconstruct the Guyana Prison Service facility there for an estimated cost of $1.66 billion. 42 contractors have applied for the contract, which has been divided into 10 lots. The project is part of the government's reform and modernization program for the prison service, aiming to transform the prison from a penal to a correctional institution. U.S. Army General Laura Richardson will visit Guyana from July the 25th to the 27th to discuss the U.S. defense partnership with Guyana and CARICOM partners. She will meet with GDF, the U.S. Embassy, and CARICOM leaders, observe trade winds, events, and participate in its closing ceremony. The U.S. and Guyana have a long-standing security partnership focused on disaster preparedness, humanitarian assistance, maritime security, human rights, professional development, and countering transnational criminal organizations, as well as the upliftment of American imperialism throughout this region of the Americas. The last part was my words, not theirs, by the way.
Attention truck owners. Between potholes, bad drivers, and high fuel prices, you've got 99 problems to deal with. But with Powered Automotive, your engine ain't one. That's because they stock high-quality parts and spares you need at prices you can't beat. Visit them at Lot 491 EE Eccles, or call or WhatsApp them at telephone number 697-017. Save big on truck parts at Powered Automotive, the #1 heavy-duty truck parts store in Guyana.
Tired of waiting on hold, tracking down a delivery driver, or carrying cash for your food orders? GTEats is here to make your life easier. Guyana's first cashless food ordering and delivery app. Choose from Georgetown's top restaurants, pay securely with your card, and get your food delivered right to your doorstep. With the convenience of being able to order from your phone and the added feature of tracking your order, GTEats is the ultimate solution for all your food needs. Download the app on Apple and Android stores and start ordering the easy way today.
A fire suspected to be electrical in origin destroyed 2 houses and damaged a third in Covent Garden on the East Bank, displacing around 30 people. One of the houses had recently experienced an electrical issue, and a relative of the family living there believes the fire was caused by the main switch. In fact, they complained to GPL about this issue. The Guyana Fire Service is currently investigating the cause of the blaze. The extraction of sand from number 57 village quarantine babies by contractors has been put on hold following interventions by the NDC and an engineer from the Ministry of Public Works. The NDC had concerns about damage to the $1 billion farm-to-market access road, and the contractors had not been paying royalties for the sand extracted. The contractors are now required to apply for permission from the Geology and Mines Commission and the Environmental Protection Agency before applying to the NDC. The High Court has removed Karen Van Slootman, Corbin, Gilligan, Pollard, and Ruth Howard from their positions of responsibility on the board of the Guyana Public Service Cooperative Credit Union for disrespecting ongoing court proceedings. The court ordered that they remain ordinary board members for now. Trevor Ben, Patrick Mentor, and Rajdai Jagannath were ordered to fill their positions. The judge did not order a vote, but stated that his orders be carried out urgently. The judge is expected to rule on September 12th on contempt of court proceedings filed by member Mahali McCallant and others. They had filed a petition to declare that the Committee of Management failed to comply with the principal orders made by the court last year. Carlos Beast Evans, a man wanted by the GPF for murder in March of 2020, was arrested by Surinamese police and is currently awaiting deportation to Guyana. Evans and his brother were both issued a wanted bulletin for the murder of Tony Bisnoth, a Rosignol businessman, during a suspected robbery. Now for today's oil update. Ghana's local content secretariat projects that 732 skilled workers will be employed by Tier 1 subcontractors within the local oil and gas sector this year, including technical workers, skilled workers, healthcare workers, and IT workers. This is in addition to the 2,700 Guyanese already employed in the petroleum sector, but comes as Guyana faces labor shortage concerns. To address this, the government is establishing a new training center in Region 6.
Robbery season might be over, but the streets are still mean. That's why you need to get security for your home or business with Sheriff Security. Sheriff Security has well-trained guards, armed and unarmed patrol, marine patrol, canine services. These people even got drones. Why? Because your security is their highest priority. You've seen the rest, now hire the best. Hire Sheriff Security Service today.
Now for our Uncut News Views Poll question of the day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Ghana, the region, the diaspora, and how you fear it is what. Last night I asked about this epidemic of non-communicable diseases in Ghana and what should we do about it.
But before we get to that, I'm proud to announce our latest addition to the Noble Army, Richard Singh, who is supporting us at the reporter level, the highest level of monthly support we've received so far. So thank you, Richard Singh. And also a special thank you to David Griffith, Dion Nascimento, Project Zero, and Dimitri V. I appreciate you all. And if you're watching at home and you'd like to support our movement, just hit the link in the video description.
Kayla Khan says education is the most important part of understanding these diseases. This effort has to be a multi-partnership which includes the government, where the funding will come from, and then the Ministry of Health, which will place billboards in all communities with information about disease risks, factors, preventative measures, and care. And also have community health fairs and provide a question and answer section with statistics. Overall, the government, private practices, and the health system must provide and promote a healthy lifestyle for the nation on a whole, not only going to the doctor when you're sick, but it must be a continuous cycle in staying with managed care. Indeed, I agree. Dimitri V says educate the people on healthier lifestyle practices such as better eating and dietary habits, limiting alcohol and smoke intake, or removing it altogether. Easier said than done, and more resources on leading causes of non-communicable diseases. So, just as Kayla said, education is important. Miracle Webster agrees, saying that more health promotion advertising and programs are needed, but the most important aspect is the person's behavior towards their change in lifestyle. People have to want change to improve their lifestyles, and they have to be willing to participate in the actions needed to improve their health overall. Indeed, it's not just about the desire, but the actual action on said desire. And finally, Richie K says imagine a nation that doesn't have regular drinking water but relies on sweet drinks and beer to get their body's water supply has a diabetic epidemic. Indeed, who'd have thought, right? Now for tonight's question. I want to know, has the bridge closing down for 3 days affected you at all? Well, I could say, for me, it's made a much easier commute, but I want to hear from you. So, think about that question. Tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight, and check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Enrico Pulford saying good night, folks.